Okay, we're live again.
Okay. Is it with the same link or?
Let's see here. The link the back end is giving me is this. Is that the same? No, it's not.
I don't know.
I mean, it wouldn't be because it's different. Because there was a break. Okay, that's really frustrating. Sorry, everybody. What a fun little error that is to have right at the beginning. I guess it's better to have it like right at the beginning than like 20 minutes into the stream, but it's still annoying. Anyway, because I'm going to delete that part of the stream from the archive, let me just re-explain here what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
We only got a couple of Next Fest videos out because things were very chaotic due to the medical situation and whatever. And I wanted to get more. I pulled a bunch of demos and I looked at a bunch of stuff, and then we just didn't have time. And then I thought we were going to compress that into a stream over the weekend, but that ended up not happening for a variety of reasons. And so now here we are. It's Tuesday evening, late Tuesday evening, and I just want to get this stuff off my plate. I want to look at these because I think a bunch of them look really cool. I want to expose them to people who might want to wishlist them because they look really cool. And I don't want to wait any longer and get even further away from Next Fest and the relevant time period, right? So that's the thing
Yeah.
we're going to do here right now is we're just going to shoot through a bunch of demos and talk about them and try to have some fun and hopefully show off to you and me at least, and maybe even some other people if anybody else watches the stream. So some games that might be worth throwing on your Steam wishlist. Of course, I recommend very strongly if you do see something here that looks like it might be fun, even if you're like 50-50 on it, wavering on it, just go ahead and put it on your wish list. It doesn't hurt you any. And then when when it does come out, you'll get the email. You can make the choice then whether or not you are interested in spending money on it or you want to hold off for a sale or whatever. But more and more these days, indie devs are feeling drowned out by the absolute deluge of stuff all the time. So give them some help. Give them some help out there in the world. Is the stream coming through? I see there are some viewers. I hope everything's coming through nice and clear for
The
y'all.
stream's coming through nice and clear. I can't hear it, of course, because I have it.
I haven't.
muted,
Yeah,
so
I haven't. Sorry,
Yeah.
I hadn't routed the game to you yet either. Let me.
Replaced.
Yes,
Replaced.
it's called Replaced. This video game. So this is one that I have played. We're going to start off with one that I have played here, but that I decided not to make a video on because I was like, I'm not sure. You'll see when we get through this. I think it's pretty cool, but it also has some stuff that I think is a little bit of a bummer. So there is more text in this than I think it needs is one of its problems. And I think there is going to be a little bit of reading here at the beginning, but we'll get into what makes it strong and interesting pretty quickly. And one of the things that makes it really interesting, I think, one of its strong points is this graphical style is fucking rad as hell. I'm a huge supporter of the 2D sprite on the 3D background. I always have been, and I think this game is pulling it off with the 3D kind of like voxelized backgrounds, but the realistic lighting, like, ooh, oh, it's beautiful. Actualizing our status. Our work at Phoenix Corporation, me as an AI and you as my creator and operator Warren, was flawless until today. Grief over the death of your only friend and my co-creator Steven caused critical overload that blew up my servers. A damaged neural interface somehow transferred me into your body, Warren. The damage control squad arrived at the burning laboratory not to help the survivors, but to eliminate them. If you can imagine such a thing. We had to flee. Our escape forced us beyond the Phoenix City wall. Our priorities are to survive, get back to the laboratory, return your body to you, and uncover Phoenix Corporation's motives. All right, everybody got that? That's the stakes and the plot here. All right, let's do it. This character will not run. He's got a lot to do, but it's also, he understands it's a marathon, not a sprint, so we are in leisurely jog. But I mean, it's stunning, right? It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
There's jumping. You can see the procedural animations are pretty good here. Like if I stumble and fall over something, I said procedural. They're not procedural animations, but the blending and stuff is really good, I think. Archive state, those who live outside the walls are provided with all the necessities, but this place is ruined. I think the gas station is particularly good looking.
Yeah, jump over that thing.
Thank you for the moral support. I didn't jump on that one on purpose. You can see here we
Okay,
can
thank you.
sometimes find objects and move them, and you might, if you're familiar with the sort of the video games that have been popular over the last couple of years, you might be thinking, hey, there are some things that this is reminding you of already, and it's going to get, that relationship is only going to grow stronger. But first, check this shit out. So let you experience the replaced combat systems more thoroughly, this demo features the Huxley gun ability, which is obtained at a later stage of the full game. So I have a gun, basically, but I have to charge the gun by beating ass. So you'll see my gunometer in the lower left part of the screen. I'm allowed to fire the gun once every time it fills up, and it instantly kills an enemy. Basic attack, counter attack. Listen, it's not rocket science. It's the Arkham combat basically, but with a gun in place of the normal finisher.
You know, that's really strange. To charge up my gun, I do something with that too.
You also have to hit the E for it to work. See, these animations are pretty slick though.
Yeah.
The enemies have the red unblockable attacks, which are standard to the genre.
Standard to you mentioned Arkham, so this is something that's very. Is that like a signifier that's an Arkham thing, or?
Yeah, and the games that follow on from Arkham, of which there are many.
Okay.
That Arkham style combat, I mean, kind of became the default action game combat for many years. So it's got some beatdown sections woven in, and you know what? Like, it still feels good. The reason we all liked that combat system and it took over the world for a few years is because it's real good and it feels nice. They've got it here. It's crisp. The animations are excellent. This district was part of a Phoenix City before the wall was built. Oh, look out now. Keep the damn car steady. I'll get this asshole. Those people threaten our existence. We need to be discreet to survive, Warren. And so here's where that similarity I was talking about gets real similar. Like, this is very, very much a sort of a limbo / inside kind of sequence, right?
I have no idea. I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Well, people who play video games will be familiar. Amabel, who are you? Did you just fall off of an apple cart? Are you from the past? What's up?
What do you mean, my friend? Okay. So I am Amabel. I'm your lady friend, your friend who's your partner. That's who I am.
Sure.
If you're asking about like why I don't know about video games that you know about, first of all,
video games that I've shown you
job.
playthroughs of, by the way.
Oh, have you?
Yes, for sure.
Is Inside the One with Bo Burnham?
Yeah, you remember that video game that stars Bo Burnham? This area is getting progressively hostile, yet we managed to survive.
But one thing is that I did have a period where I stopped playing video games from like 1994 until I don't know 2010.
Okay, well that's not super
So,
relevant to what we're talking about.
well, if those
Sort of
games
a
came out in that period, then I
sort of
wouldn't
a
know.
sort of a big magic non sequitur there. All right, so you see, like we can scan stuff in the environment. We got this cool little device with these chunky little voxels. An eviction notice. You are hereby notified to vacate this residential property by November 20th, 1970, 9 a.m. The reason for this eviction notice is the finalization of Phoenix City infrastructural reorganization. As stated in the lease, you may apply for accommodation within the wall at any Phoenix Corporation office until November 15th. Living condition improvements are distributed among applicants on a case-by-case basis. Failure to vacate the property on time will result in legal recourse. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. And then when we operate this thing, you can actually see like his hands physically operating the controls. Check out this Huxley gun that we got. It's also our baton. That's why I assume that's why it's charging up from the beatings. It's like a kinetically loaded firearm. You know, like those flashlights, except more so.
So to be clear, when you asked me what was my deal, am I from the past? Why don't I know these games? And I tried to answer the question.
Yeah, that was you taking a bit seriously and responding to it as though it was a real question.
Oh, I did that thing again. Where I have autism. Okay.
Amabel.
So this is like Limbo and Inside.
Well, it's really like Inside. There's a lot of Inside in the DNA of this thing.
Which apparently you have shown me playthroughs of before.
Yes, and we talked about it a bunch. It's fine. It's not like I do that stuff for a reason. You don't need to internalize any of it. So you can see here, it's got a little bit of the standard game design. Follow the yellow things, which I'm not like necessarily a huge fan of. I think that the environments here are detailed enough that they kind of have to give you some pointers because a lot of stuff does look like you'd be able to interact with it and you just kind of can't.
Why is it yellow though? Why is yellow the color for?
Because yellow doesn't occur all that often in environments otherwise. Like we don't use a lot of like hard yellow, and especially in natural environments.
Well, not just neon pink. Neon pink would be nice.
Well, right, but neon pink is the other. Neon pink is already being used as a sentry color. It's the color that game developers often use as like an error detection thing. Like stuff that's unskinned or is erroring out. Neon pink is the default color for that stuff, so that if you see a neon pink thing in the environment, you can go, uh-oh, there's a problem that we have to fix there.
But what if I like neon pink?
It's sort of unrelated, actually, to the thing that we're talking about here. Hey, what's all that fuss out there? Might be Mole's bastard again? Blondie went apeshit after we offed his patron. Just keep your bloody eyes peeled, all right? They're all named Termite something. They're the termites. Welcome to T-Mart, where all the termites live. Ah! Oh, some of these guys have guns. Obviously, it's going to create a little bit of a target prioritization thing here.
Now, the Arkham game, that's a three-dimensional game?
Yeah.
Does this being in 2D change the combat for you at all? Or does it feel more or less the same as that kind of
It's
combat?
pretty much the same. Yeah, you can see the in the animation the gun morphing between baton and gun mode. There we go. It's pretty satisfying. Obviously, part of Batman's whole thing is that he's not supposed to like have a gun, but in the Arkham combat, E is the takedown button, which you can charge up with combo. So like this is very, very direct takeoff of the Arkham combat mechanics.
Hey, since when? Yeah, it's not Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
That's true.
we had we had a thing that we were trying to get done, and it slid and it slid, and this is where we said no longer. We're doing it now. So welcome to a pretty off hours stream. Laura, always check everything with the dosimeter. Emitters are still dangerous and 100% scavenged from the dirty lands. I don't need that crap in my pawn shop. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of concern about radiation and stuff.
Martha.
Martha.
Why did you say that name? Like Batman.
No, I get it. I get it. You saw a movie one time.
I didn't. I didn't see the
You
movie.
didn't see that movie.
I have too much respect for myself to have seen that movie.
That's fair. Oh, okay. Let us once again watch out. Do I need to... Like I said, I played this before. I think if they catch us in the light moving the thing, they will shoot at it, but they don't do that if we're not moving it when it's in the actively in the light, which suggests that they forget where it is from moment to moment. Zero object permanence. The moment they're not looking at it, it's like it could be anywhere. All right, here we go. So, like, it's a demo, right? We have no idea exactly how early of a demo, how much of the game's sort of final form is on view here. You have to assume it's not all of it.
Right.
Ah, I'm not. Combat right away. Trying to make sure these gun dudes go down. But I will say, like, even for just a demo, I do kind of feel like it's starting to run a little thin. You know?
Yeah. It does seem a bit repetitive. There seems to be, like, I don't know how satisfying that platforming is. It didn't seem particularly challenging. It seemed kind of like, I don't know,
Our congregation is fading away. So this is 67. This is a couple years before the last evacuation notice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, a whole district was evicted. The upstanding ones were offered modern accommodation in the city center. Some people moved west, but most agreed. And those who remained are interested in neither in God nor in the devil. Who am I to compete with the Phoenix preachers? Their sweet promises describe a carefree life of comfort protected by the walls they build. But what will be the price? And who chooses the ones worthy? They say they are building the arks, but I see Babylon towers. All right, preachers, a very dramatic way to approach things. Yeah, I'm a little torn, right? Because I think that what the game is doing pretty well. The platforming is like fine or whatever. The very minor environmental platform puzzle solving is pretty whatever. It's not very exciting. The combat feels good, but it's also pretty one note, at least as far as this goes.
yeah. Like I'm not feeling that these combat encounters are appreciably different than each other. Than sometimes there are more people or more guns, but doesn't feel like.
Yeah, they use like a couple guys with guns to give you some things that you need to prioritize early, or if you're a chase sequence, our character learns how to pick it up for a second. We're actually running. Gotta make our jumps quickly enough. But yeah, this is sort of all it does. There's like another 10 minutes left on the demo, I think, but it's just gonna keep being this. So I think we can probably go ahead and move on if you're cool.
I'm cool.
There's gonna be a fair amount of that with this stream where we're trying to jam a fair number of demos into a pretty tight space here. So, no offense meant to the folks over here making Replaced. It's a real pretty game that is combining some things in a way that I think makes sense, and they're all competent, but I don't really feel like it's doing a whole lot more than competent. And that's, that's going to hit different people different ways.
Yeah. Is Inside the one with the little boy in the silhouette?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I remember that now.
Okay, good. All right. Next
Oh, it's
up,
creepy.
let's get into some weird stuff, right?
Okay.
You ready for some weird stuff? Let's try Prime Monster. That game one more time. That previous game we were playing was Replaced. There's gonna be a description note with all of the games in order and stuff in the description of the stream after it has been posted. Because we're doing that now. We're doing that. So this is Prime Monster. This, I think, is a real triumph of visual design. Let me get it so that y'all can...
Okay, yeah, no, I love this already.
Kaboom, there we go. All right, so everybody can see it and agree. Okay, yeah, welcome to Prime Monster. I think I might have tuned the audio down. Yeah, maybe a little bit low. Okay, let's call it there. So this is like a weird looking kind of strategy game. Obviously, the aesthetic is a lot of what's drawing me in here. A long time ago, humanity got the boot. Pushed out, you might say. There was a new lot in charge now. Monsters. That's not really a big change, in my opinion. Oh, it all went very well at the start, as these things always do. But eventually they realized they needed a little more order. So they turned to mankind's greatest invention, democracy.
Oh, like yes, Prime Monster. I got it.
Yes,
I get
exactly. After all, it worked so well for the humans. So from now on, monsters would govern themselves via elected representatives, reasoned debate, and robust legislation. And at the top, a singular figure, the Prime Monster. The politician who won the hearts and minds of the citizens and their votes. But today, as another government flounders, a new potential leader has emerged. Will they lead their party to victory in the next election? Will they serve multiple terms and forge their own political legend? Or fail miserably and become a mere footnote in the history books? Politics is a monstrous business. So this is definitely a very UK-specific version of democracy.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of jokes that are sort of related to that. The Fractured Kingdom's favorite and only broadsheet. Get it? It's a fractured instead of a united. It's a fractured kingdom.
Got it. Yeah.
The Daily Whale.
And Daily Whale, like the Daily Mail.
All right, this government officially the most hated since the last one. So we are only allowed to play here as Chopper Badstone, but you can see there are other characters planned. The Viscount Sucksworth, Rotilda Decay, get it? Okay, Rotilda. All right. Anyway, we're playing as Chopper Badstone. So I played a bit of this one too. This is interesting, I think, but it's also we're probably not going to play through the whole demo. So, you are the leader of the opposition. It is your solemn duty to lead the resistance against the government's noble attempts to actually get anything done. That's our job when we're in the opposition. To do this, we defeat their bills by getting as many MPs as possible to vote to oppose. So this is us. Hi. Our unique thing as this character is we have this harness anger tactic, which charges up whenever our unity is attacked or lost. And it makes our next Unify twice as powerful and causes it to do damage to our opponent's unity. And all that's going to mean more in a second here. The current government run by, I guess, Rotilda Decay. We can see here is our party. We have the leader of the opposition, the Orcs for You. We have 6 Orcish MPs, most of whom are starting in an abstaining state, a couple of whom are starting on oppose because they're good members of the party. And here is the next thing we need to vote on: the Viscosity Regulation Act. The government is trying to pass this bill, and it's our job to smack that down. So, this latest report says that a ferociously stupid and unworkable idea is actually enormously popular. Do we ignore that to gain a political capital, which is like mana, sort of, to be spent on abilities? Okay. Or do we announce it as policy, costing us 2 political capital, but gaining us 1 pull rating? Unfortunately, we don't have the political capital to do that, so we're just going to ignore it. Agreed. We will announce that a consultation process has begun. Hooray, we got 2 political capital. Also, there is a small discrepancy in your last set of expenses. It's only a matter of time before some hack starts sniffing around. So we could pay back the money, except we don't have it anymore. I guess I spent it on something. Or we can cook up a flimsy excuse and just ride this out for -1 pull rating. We only have the one choice because we don't have the money to pay back. Well, it was all within the rules. I quite agree. There's no point having weak guidelines that are open to abuse if we're not going to live by them. So you can see our polling here. Currently we're gonna, I think in the green means you're gonna win the next election if you stay at that level.
Okay.
All right. So let's go do the act. So this is the sort of the game is you get a couple of random events and then there is a bill and you must fight the bill. We're fighting against here the Blob Separatists, the Puke of Wellington.
The Puke of Wellington.
Head of the Secretion Service. They got 1 million of them. It's just going to keep happening. We're here to level the playing field and also kind of whatever else you got. So you can see right now he's got 6 of his MPs voting in favor of the bill. We've got 2 of our MPs voting against. 6-2 against is a bill that passes. We can't have that.
Yeah.
So you can tell, I don't know how obvious it is. You can tell what an MP is going to do by the color of the base underneath their cube. Green is voting for, gray is abstain, red is voting against. We have up here in the top left, party unity meters. If you fill your party unity meter, it flips one of the MPs on your side from neutral to against. If we empty their meter, it'll flip one of their greens from green to gray. So we have cards that'll let us gain unity and also cards that will deal damage to their unity and also potentially like stun particular MPs if they're doing stuff. You can see a lot of these guys are in the defense state, so they'll absorb damage before it can hit the party unity. And the cards we have in our hand are a little bit like operations systems type games. We can play them for either to gain the amount of political capital in the corner or for their effect.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm very familiar with this from board games.
Yeah, this is like a Twilight Struggle kind of vibe here.
Yeah, ops or event.
Yeah, so for the moment, we also, as a member, as a matter of the party that we are, we have a couple of abilities here. We can spend 1 political capital to do a crude attack for 4 damage, or tribalism to gain 3 unity, and you can see each one of them has a maximum number of times per turn they can be used. So, on his turn, he's going to do something to help his own guys. I mean, Rabble Rouse is pretty efficient. We could use it to gain 2 political capital, or it can just do the amount of unity that 2 political capital does. So let's just go ahead and I think we put it here to use the card effect. Yeah. I'm also going to go ahead and just spend our political capital right away because we can burn off some of the defense. I believe I don't think the defending state is lost at the end of the turn. Like we actually are going to have to burn through all this damage. I'm going to use this for the political what do you call it, for the political capital, and then we're going to play tribalism once, so our bar will flip over. Hooray! One of our MPs joined us, and now we're losing slightly less badly. Okay, once we've played all of our turns and we're completely played all of our cards and we're completely out of political capital, we just end the turn. You can see here we have 3 turns until the actual votes are checked. So we need to, by that time, have gotten ourselves into a winning state here. So if I play Incite, one chosen party MP becomes frenzied. And for each frenzied person you have, you gain 1 extra unity whenever you gain unity. I do think Insult is a nice and efficient. Is this... Whenever this MP's leader deals damage, they deal 1 extra. That's a neat state. Yeah, we're going to go for an Insult here, which will flip one of his guys down. With our damage effects generally doing a larger value than our unity effects, and our unity bar being larger than our opponents, it really makes sense for us to play on the offensive as much as possible here.
Right.
So I'm going to turn both of these into political capital so that we can play our crude attack twice. All right, he's going to do some damage to us, and when he does damage to us, it's going to charge up our anger a little bit. But he's not going to hit us hard enough, it looks like, for it to... It's not going to hit us hard enough for it to charge up all the way. He did unflip one of our guys, which is annoying. Okay, the blunt approach. Roll 1 chosen rival MP to KO them, gaining 4 unity. But you can see this card's type is Dirty Trick. The Shrieker here, the Shrieker of the house, is the person who makes sure everything's staying within the parliamentary rules. If you play a Dirty Trick, the Shrieker will roll his die, and you can see up there, on a 1, he notices that you did a dirty trick and he will punish you. On a 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, you get away with it. But every time you play a dirty trick and get away with it, the die number you rolled becomes a red eye. And so if we did that and rolled a 6, that the next time we played a dirty trick, a 1 or a 6 would get us in trouble. But it is pretty cool to knock enemies out. We're going to do some dirty tricks here. So we're going to try to knock out one of his supporting guys. On a 1 to 3, the MP is merely stunned. On a 4 to 6, they are actually properly knocked out. Nice. Got him. As you've already learned, MPs are rather bizarre and fickle beasts. Occasionally, they'll have to react to something or come to a decision. When they do this, they will roll, just like a little die, because they're a little cube. You might say the mind of an MP is as basic as a die. I couldn't possibly comment. And of course, the characters all use the word dice to refer to a single die, because that's a very British thing to do. Oh no, we rolled a 1. The Shrieker is unhappy. Oh, he's killed one of our MPs. Well, that's a shame. That was one who was voting for us. Amabel, why didn't you warn me?
Okay.
Well, I'm doing it again because the odds are still very much in our favor because we didn't gain a bad side. Oh no, you rolled a 1 again. Amabel.
You're going to lose this vote, sweetie.
I'm going to lose this vote. Oh no. Let's get a little political capital going here and use it to shout at them. Oh. So I love the art in this, right?
Yeah.
Like everything is absolutely gorgeous. Hey there, Tyrio. Hey, Nick. What's up, y'all? I'm just a little off-time stream because of events. So we're definitely throwing out an insult here. We don't need the people to believe in our goal. We just need them to not believe in their goal. So he's going to get us for 6. That's pretty scary. You know what? That 6 doesn't include the damage from the jeers. He's going to make it so we have nobody voting for us. I actually am going to demand that somebody show up and help us out here a little bit. And then we're going to sacrifice this for its operational value so that we can crude attack again. And slowly but surely we are convincing everybody in his party that he's not worth voting for. Okay, so just enough damage to fill up our anger meter. So our next Unify will be twice as powerful and will cause damage to our opponent equal to that same amount. So we have a 4 unity gain. That's all we can really go for, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Throwing up 8 unity and peeling 8 off of the opponent is a big deal here. All right, so we got him down to 2 votes. Unfortunately, I don't think the stun allows us to prevent... I don't think the stun allows us to prevent them from voting.
Doesn't seem like, no.
Like, obviously, we can turn this in for a political capital. Tribalism to gain ourselves a vote. Oh, no, 16. It has to go over 16. But then, yeah, when he attacks, it's gonna push us back under. So I think we've just lost, unfortunately.
Well,
we had some tremendously bad luck with the Shrieker of the house there. Yep, so he's able to unflip one of our people, sadly. All right, we have failed in our goal as the opposition. Emotion was passed. This has damaged our authority, which is like the life bar for our campaign.
okay.
We get to choose one of our cards to upgrade. I mean, I'd like to have a really strong pro unity card in our deck to hit when we hit the top of our anger meter, right? Puke rises to gorge on victory, attributes quick thinking success to acid reflexes. Heaven help me, I actually love the writing.
Yeah, no, this
I think all of the wrapper stuff here is really, really good. All the stuff around the mechanics is extremely compelling.
Yeah, it's really charming.
The next bill is Prime Monster Nasty's flagship manifesto bill. Defeat it and you'll shatter the government just before the election. Well, I suppose let's give it a shot, shall we? Have a look at our party. Our people are okay. They were just shouted out of the chamber that one time, but they'll be back. Yeah, peerages for cats. I don't even really know what peerage is. We can take some of our money here and buy like items and consumables and stuff to help out. You know, we can buy a shout out so that we can spend this to cause somebody to defend one time. I mean, I guess I may as well. An MP loves nothing more than a mention from their leader at the dispatch box.
A peerage is like being a lord or a lady or count or viscount or earl. A knighthood is a peerage, I believe.
Tragically, you're going to need to know how the public are feeling about you occasionally, and so here you have your polling. We're doing all right. Right? The red's me. Yeah, the red's me. We're polling highest of the parties, although it's getting a little narrow. And then you can earn tactics. I don't know how that stuff works. I'm not sure if it's in the demo. Okay, unwelcome endorsements. The least popular politician in the world has given his enthusiastic backing to one of your policies. He could be useful, so tread carefully. Well, we don't have the political capital to reject it, so I suppose we're going to have to welcome and amplify his message, despite the fact that it's going to completely fuck up our polls. An endorsement is an endorsement. Yeah, but now we're in the sad place. Journalists have been digging around, and it seems you've accepted rather a lot of free gifts recently. The story's going to break soon, so what do you want to do? Well, unfortunately, I don't have any money. So I guess I'll just attack the media relentlessly. Journalists criticizing others for accepting free gifts? Now there's a headline. Yeah, that's not... We are pulling very, very poorly. This is the red light of oh no. All right, it's fine. We're going to win it all back. We're going to win it all back. We're going to embarrass, what's her face? Peerages for cats. And we're gonna take everything back. This isn't the end of my political career. It's the end of your political career. Time for a new broom. Indeed. Okay, 6-2 feels like a really rough start. Okay, and they have specific MPs who are going to attack next turn. So obviously, like, stuns here are potentially quite meaningful. Which is to say, let us play a stun here. Alright, stun plus 3 damage, pretty good. One of my party members becomes frenzied. I mean, yeah, on the first turn, right, is when you want to be playing an effect like this. Get that set up, and then we can attempt the blunt approach again. Try to drop an opponent. Mm-hmm. We can't always roll 1, right?
I believe in you.
All right, I'm going for it. We're going to try to... This, at least if we land a stun on this one, we can stop the attack. Okay, we didn't get the knockout. We just got a stun, but still, it's something. Come on. Okay. But now 3 is a lookout value, so the next time we try a dirty trick, 2 in 6 chance that we will get caught. And then with a little bit of political capital left over, I say let's just scream at them. Right, we got to get these values down. $22 though, like on average, it's going to be very difficult to remove her her support. All right, do we want to throw up a defense here? I mean, I guess we may as well. No, we have this next attack covered. This decision requires your urgent attention. The Shrieker has been heavily criticized by the press recently. A sycophantic statement at the right time could go down well. I can pay effusive tribute to the Shrieker and his suspicion resets, or we can pile on the criticism, but he will immediately investigate our party, which I think is it's going to do the die roll.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem very delighted by this.
Yeah. Because I'm just
the die roll's in our favor. Doing it. All right, everything's fine. No more dirty tricks from us, though, huh?
Yeah.
So what is it that you're thinking?
I mean, yeah, turning your thing over to get another vote's so good. I think getting yourself more votes seems to.
Yeah, given the size of the bars here, it's definitely going to be easier. So let's trade in for some more operations value here. I'm going to pass and leave a couple of points up. We don't need to spend it all the time. And right now, spending everything doesn't even get us another point, so.
Yeah.
Oh, no! She seduced one of my... Amabel, I'm outraged.
Yeah.
So okay, I mean, our Unity gains are getting pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
Do a little bit of tribalism. Okay, we managed to fix that at least. And in this case, I think it makes sense to just pop this for its political capital value, and we still got quite a few turns left. If we take one more point of damage, we'll charge up, so we don't have to let these hits go through, but we also didn't roll any stuns. The blunt approach here, I think, is probably a bad idea. So I guess I'm going to do a Unity.
And use that for operations.
Yeah, we'll pull operations off of this. Of course, we can only unify, or we can only rely on tribalism 3 times per turn. But look at that. We're kind of getting there. And then just turn both of these insults into operations and end the turn, I guess.
Okay.
We give somebody gain 6, but I don't actually want to gain 6. I want to gain. I want my bar to fill. And this is a good moment to take a bunch of damage because we haven't seen our upgraded card yet. Do we want to do another frenzy? You know what? We still got 2 turns left. I don't know. Maybe that was a bad idea. But let's go ahead and just fire these increasingly huge amounts of unity. We're gonna go ahead and harness anger off of this +9 because 18 unity is 1 entire MP flip. Plus, it puts us in a position where we can shout her down. Oh, look at that. We got the lead, in fact. And then we can push ourselves up even 1 more here. Terrible stuff. Okay, counteracted that, and we are actually ahead. Let's turn this into operations, and I guess just pass. You know what? I'll hit the tribalism now. I'm trying to figure out what is the correct balance between like having resources available to react and making sure that we're not going to get into a position where like I have 4 political capital available to me and I can't spend it all into tribalism in 1 turn, you know? Let's get some defense. I don't think frenzying at this point makes a lot of sense.